Well, a wonderful good morning to you, Grenada, Carrick, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. It's exactly 4 minutes gone past the hour of 11 o'clock. I want to say a wonderful good morning and welcome to all of our viewers just joining us in television. Indeed, it's a pleasure being here with you. For those who have not seen on television, who haven't seen me on television yet for the year, I think it would be remiss of me if I don't say Happy New Year to you. And certainly want to say thanks and welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz. This morning, joining me in studio is a public relations officer from the National Insurance Scheme, the NIS. That's Lisa Douglas. And Lisa, I want to say, would be remiss of me if I don't say to you, Happy New Year and welcome home.
Oh, thank you so much. And a very happy New Year to all your viewers and listeners. I hope the year has started quite productive and happy for everyone who is listening to the Sound of Our Voices today.
Well, we're not sure with the productivity part. We're going to measure it as time progresses, but we will say that it is starting informative, though.
All right. Yes.
It is informative.
Most certainly.
Yes. So let's talk about the National Insurance Scheme. I think sometimes I say it's one of the organizations that's least understood. So most people get to think that the NIS, they take from us all our working lives, and they do not necessarily seem to understand the role that the organization plays in terms of financial security, taking care of us.
Yes, exactly.
In the later years, and even not just in the later years,
just the later
when
years.
We need them. What is the service the most?
So I
they are there for us.
Benefits this morning,
yes.
And we're kicking it off with our self-employed persons. Now, it's very important. You own your own business. Mm-hmm. You're not employed with anyone else. That's how you earn your living. You have to take your income security even more seriously.
Right.
Because you have to understand that when you can't earn, whether you get sick, whether you get injured on the job, or whether it's a case you have a baby, or as you say, later on in your golden years, you want to ensure that you have this constant source of income that you know you could put your pot on the fire. I'm going to receive this when I can't earn.
And that is needed not more than ever in these challenging economic times.
Exactly.
There's just so many uncertainties that exist. So we want to start by talking about the self-employed individuals.
Yes.
How can NIS help them?
Right. No, I must start off by saying all the benefits that we offer, self-employed persons are entitled to it.
Okay.
So if you get sick, you're entitled to sickness benefit for the number of days or months that you're sick. If your sickness turns out to be a long-term one where it leaves you medically unfit for work, you're covered for invalidity if you have not yet reached a pension age, but you have some condition that causes you not to be able to work. So then there's the invalidity pension. So when we talk about NIS pensioners, also always remember it's not just our age pensioners. We have persons who are in their 30s and 40s and 50s who actually are already receiving their pension due to medical reasons, right? And self-employed persons are included. Then we have employment injury, where we also cover all your medical expenses that are reasonably incurred. So as a self-employed person, I had a situation where a self-employed person who was close to me was in the garden, got hurt, got caught on this rusty drum tin, like really bad. And that's when they realized the benefits of NIS, because they realized that for a long time they were off because they couldn't use their hand. They had to seek medical attention. They were able to get injury leave. All the medical expenses, including the surgery they had to do, were paid for. Everything were paid for. Their traveling expenses to and from the doctor to seek medical expenses were paid for. I remember a case of a taxi driver also who ran off the road one time and couldn't even be treated in Grenada. So overseas travel, if you can't be treated in Grenada and you're being referred, is also included for self-employed.
You know, you're speaking to me, and I know there might be people out there that's thinking, like, really?
Yes, like
they offer those sort of services?
His expenses came up to over $240,000. and everything were paid for by the National Insurance Scheme because he was contributing as a self-employed person.
And that is why I'm assuming it's imperative that we understand
Yes.
that you must be part of the process
And
by
we've
contributing.
made the process easier.
Yes.
No, self-employed persons since July 1st last year are no longer required to contribute monthly. No, you contribute as you earn. So we encourage persons contribute on your earnings.
Right.
So you are DJ, you don't work monthly, you work when you get a gig. When you get your gig and you earn, you pay.
Okay.
So you set your target. So we have targets. There is a maximum amount. So for last year, once you contributed, you're covered for benefits this year.
Right.
Yeah. So we're letting you know you contributed last year, you're covered this year. So then you're going to contribute this year, and then you're going to be covered in 2025.
Right.
Yeah. So once you earn, you set your target, you pay towards your target, and you are covered. We have the web portal also that gives you an update. So let's suppose I set my target at $3,000 for the year. My web portal account, once I sign in, would tell me, okay, Lisa Douglas, you've paid $1,500 so far. So you're halfway to meet your target. So we're encouraging self-employed persons to engage us. Let us know, well, what you're doing, what is your target, and it's simple like that. You have no paperwork to fill out. So there are no remittances, no
paperwork.
No paperwork. You just come in, set your target, you make your payment.
Can I revise it?
Say that again?
So if I decide I started off, let's say my target is 3,000, but I realize things are going well.
Oh, yes, you could
So I can decide, what? Let me...
Yes, because we encourage you to pay based on your earnings, whether it goes up. So don't try to pay the minimum, and then when you get your benefits on the minimum, you see, well, that I get.
Right.
No, pay based on your earnings. So when it increases, it increases. When it decreases, likewise. So when you get a benefit, it is more reflective of what your actual earnings are.
Do you get a sense that a lot of unemployment individuals, they understand and appreciate the depth and the value of the service?
I don't think so, but I'm encouraging them to engage us. Let us explain in more detail what the benefits are and how it contributes to your income security. You do not want to get sick or have a baby, or especially get injured on the job. You could imagine you're a farmer and you get injured, you can't work, all your produce just in the garden, and you can't get anything. So we encouraging persons, please engage us. Once you're self-employed, whether you're making your guava cheese and your tamarind ball at home, I know my mother must be smiling right now, or whatever it is you're doing, you're selling your drinks, once you're making money for yourself, you're self-employed. We also allow persons the opportunity to pay both as a self-employed person and an employee. So that law was also changed. Yes.
Okay, help me appreciate
So
that.
you could top up. So let's suppose I earn as an employee $1,000, but I want better benefits because I also have my other business. Now I could pay, my employer has to pay for me, of course, but I could also pay self-employed contributions. So at the end of the day, when NIS is calculating a benefit for me, both salaries are added together. Yes, so you get better benefits, bigger benefits.
Well, what a way to start the year. We did say we started it quite informatively. It's 13 minutes gone past the hour. For those of you that's just joining us, my guest this morning is a public relations officer from the NIS, Lisa Douglas, and we're just here with the great news. Really trying to reach out first and foremost to the self-employed individuals, and those are something the more difficult target audience to connect with, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. Now, just before I left the office, I had a customer call. The person got injured in their place of business, and when I checked the records, they did not contribute for the last few years. We don't want these situations to happen. So please in order to benefit, you must contribute. You don't know when something would happen. We all like to say, nothing wouldn't happen, man. Yeah?
I'm a child of the king.
Yes, but we have that provision in place. So please make sure you contribute. So when and if something happens, because in the case of maternity,
Right.
those are things that could be planned. So whether it's planned or unplanned,
right,
we have you covered.
And I mean, laugh and say, for those people who made the argument, they're a child of the king, and then remind them that the child of the king, he was crucified. So you don't want to make yourself, at least there was a backup plan for him. You want to ensure that when it comes to your continuity, your stability, family and financial stability, self-employed or not, there are opportunities for you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, great. Increases in minimum weekly pension amount?
Oh yes, for our pensioners. Now, there is a minimum amount when we calculate a pension. If you fall below that amount, your pension is bumped up. So
right.
suppose you earn a small salary and we calculate your pension. Previously, it was $46.40 weekly. So if your weekly amount, your weekly rate fell under that, you were bumped up to $46.40. That has increased. So from January 1st, persons who earn the minimum weekly would realize they would get a bit more. Yeah, so they would now receive $58 weekly. And that is also extended to persons who are receiving a survivor's pension. So once somebody is contributing to NIS and they pass away, their spouse, their children, and dependent parent are entitled to a survivor's benefit. Yes, once they've contributed for at least 3 years, they have at least 150 contribution weeks, they actually get a pension. And one of the things we realize, sometimes men are not aware that once your spouse passes, it doesn't matter if it's a common law spouse. So once you're living together for 3 years or more, it's your spouse, you could claim for a survivor's pension. Yes. Some people also think that if I'm working, I wouldn't get the benefit. No, it's not based on the fact that you're working.
Right.
It's based on the fact that your spouse was a contributor to the NIS. Now your household income has decreased because your spouse has passed and you're entitled to that pension.
I mean, the more you think of it, it brings into sharper focus the whole conversation about financial security. What happens in the eventuality, God forbid, that something happens to me or happens to the other individual?
Exactly.
At least you have that assurance.
Yes.
That whether or not it's a little pension you have, the little Cadore you have safe away somewhere, you at least know that NAS is also going to step up to the plate, another medium of some financial support.
Right. So it's important to tell your children that, listen to me. I mean, of course, I'd like to be here, but sometimes things happen. You don't know. So, God forbid I pass, you can claim for a pension from the NIS. So one of the things we've done for our children is increase the age at which, the maximum age at which they could start receiving it. Previously, you had to be under 16. But that has increased to 18. So once you're under 18 and your parent passes, then you can claim for survivor's benefit from the NIS.
Let me ask you though, how important, NADMA, he talks about ensuring you have that family plan for in the eventuality of some natural disaster. That conversation of financial security, how important is it that families have that conversation with their loved ones? Because you hear many of them, Lisa, somebody passes away and the rest of the family is left in a quandary.
Exactly.
What did mommy have? What did daddy have?
Yes. How are we going to pay for the funeral?
Right.
How do we move on after that in terms of our finances? So it's important to have a plan, and then you have to factor what you're getting from Social Security, from NIS within that plan. So you know where you have to top up, how much extra savings you need to have, and this sort of thing. So it's important to put a plan together and include NIS in your plan, so you know that, okay, God forbid I pass, the children are getting this from NIS, they would get it for this period of time, then I have X, so after they stop getting this, they have this they could continue with, and this sort of thing.
And certainly your team is ready to sit and work with us. And when I say us, So all I have to do is make a phone call, or I can start the conversation. One of these online platforms, help desk, is it?
Yes, and we have the web portal also that gives you the web portal, the website, and all of that gives you extra information. Then we have our WhatsApp contacts. You could contact our web portal clerks, our customer service clerks directly to get updates.
What have we not spoken about? We talk about the benefits for self-employed individuals, and consistent with the benefit is the whole conversation of contributing.
Yes.
If you really want to be part of the conversation, you have to contribute.
Yes.
Yeah. There's increases in the minimum weekly for pensioners. You have created now all these different varied platforms that makes it easier. You no longer have to sit on the telephone and you're fretting and wondering.
If my employer is paying for me, how much contributions do I have?
Right.
I need to submit a benefit claim. So I have gone overseas for medical attention. Mm-hmm. Do I need to go and pay a courier service now to mail my claim down? No.
The answer is no.
Easier.
Just go to the portal.
So just go to the portal. You take a photo of all the documents the doctor would have given to you. You upload it to your portal. Easy like that. And we have the live chat on the website and our WhatsApp numbers that persons can contact us and get information, and we could walk you through the process on the phone.
That's for the techno peasants. Yeah, that's for the techno. Because I can see people outside there thinking, but me, I don't know how to go online. These companies I'm getting left behind. That's the furthest thing from the truth.
When I say we could walk you through it, we could really walk you through it. So you could think I have zero technical skills when it comes to online platforms. You just call us and we would take you through. At the end of it, you would wonder, well, if you have a degree in IT.
Well, maybe what you need to do after you hung up you get off the phone, you should then tell them you use that as credits to give to UE. Tell them you have 5 minutes of tutoring with the NIS. 21 minutes gone by as the hour. Lisa Douglas here with me.
Pensioners know also you can submit your pension claims. So the pensionable age, remember, has increased to 61 this year. And if you now have an option. You could decide to wait for the increased age, or you could decide, well, I don't want to wait, I want to claim my pension early. So although the age has increased to 61, persons have the option of claiming early at a reduced rate. So always remember, if you're claiming early, that it would be at a reduced rate. So this year, the reduction is 5%. So how it works? If you're claiming early, we would calculate your pension, and once we work out your weekly amount, that amount would be reduced by 5%. So let's suppose my weekly amount worked out to be $100, then that would be reduced to $95 because 5% reduction. Yeah, so we're encouraging persons to reach out to us so we could do your pension estimates for you. And we have coming soon. Just now, you can go onto the website and do your own pension calculation. So you talked about financial planning, and it's important to do that, and not at 50 and 55. Do it very early. So financial planning, you will be able to log on to the NIS website, nisgrenada.org, put in your information, and it would actually do pension calculations for you. So we have a pension calculator coming soon.
There's a whole lot that's in store for you, for us, not just for you and I. And the NIS is making sure that they keep you in the know. What about your NIS life certificates?
Yes, life certificate season, the deadline has passed. So pensioners, please, you do not want to get the surprise at the end of January that, oh my goodness, my pension did not go to my account.
Right.
The deadline has passed. Remember, life certificate season goes from November to December every year. So December 31st is the deadline. And it's important to use up those 2 months to get it done. Don't wait for December 31st or 30th and something happened and you didn't get through, and then January your pension is suspended, because that's what happened if you don't certify that you're still alive. So every year you have to certify that you're still alive so that NIS knows that I'm not paying a pension to a dead person. We have over 12,000 pensioners, and pensions are sent directly to account. So we don't interact directly with the pensioner. It goes to your account every month. So every year you must say, look, I'm still alive. And we have the WhatsApp video call. So you can WhatsApp us, do a video call, have your NIS card ready, 458-6060, and we use that to update you. So you don't actually have to come in town or in Grenville or in Carriacou. If you want to come, yes, you could come into the office and we have you sign. But you can also use that option for persons, especially if you're, let's suppose you're bedridden, you can't move. Please, we're asking family members also, help out somebody in your community or a family member you know they're not mobile.
Right.
Yeah. Please go to them and say, listen, I know you're receiving an NIS pension. Have you updated your life certificate yet? Would you like me to do the video call for you so they can get their life certificate updated?
What if for some reason it lapses? How do I get that process restarted?
Is it one of those certified? So it's suspended until you do that.
How seamless is that? I'm assuming it's a seamless process.
Yes. So right now, if you call the number, then we would do it right there on WhatsApp. Or I said you could come into the office, or if you want to actually print out a form, you could go to the website, print out the life certificate form, have a JP or one of those persons certify it, and you send it in to us and we update it.
Update as in me waiting 2 months?
No. Immediately. It's done immediately.
Right. Okay.
Yes, it's an immediate update.
So I mean that's the kind of efficiency that we've come to expect, and we know that we're going to continue, because as you said, I mean there's so much that we've come now to expect from the NIS.
Yes, we're consistently looking for ways to improve our service because we believe that NIS plays such an important function in terms of persons' financial security. We have to make sure, yes, the fund is sustainable, but we also have to make sure the level of service that we provide for the public is second to none. So we're always looking for ways to make things more efficient so that our turnaround time in terms of serving you or making use of technology so that it makes things more seamless, so that at the end of the day you can get just the best out of your social security.
There's always the challenge, Lisa, of misinformation, disinformation. Is it a challenge that the NIS faces?
Well, of course, sometimes you would find times where you may have that. Yeah, but one of the things that we're consistently working on is training for our staff so that eventually would be eliminated or reduced so much that it becomes negligible. So, and
you want to say to the general public, if you hear something, you don't assume because you hear it.
Yes.
Because social media these
always
days.
Get it from us.
Yeah,
always
just call in. How can we reach the NIS?
Yes, so you can reach us through our WhatsApp numbers, 458-6060. Or if you need web portal assistance, you need to submit a claim or check your contribution status, it's 456-4144. So those are WhatsApp contacts. Then we have the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have the website www.nisgrenada.org, or you could use the good old landline 440-3309.
Old school.
Or we have a hotline 440-6647, or you can email us. You can email me directly, pro@nisgrenada.org. So we're also encouraging all workplaces, groups, churches, organizations. We also do presentations, workplace visits to explain the benefits. So you have a group, you have an organization, you are an employer, you want us to come to speak to your employees, just call us, email us, and request it. Wherever you are in Petit Martinique, Carriacou, or Grenada, we will come to you and whatever you are requesting, whether you need to know more about the NIS changes, or it's a community group, you want to know more of this about the self-employed, or you're a church, you want your members to become more financially secure and take, charge of their finances, you want that kind of information, just engage us and we will come to you.
Knowledge is power to change your life and my life. Keep in the know. Thank you, Lisa. That's Lisa Douglas, the Public Relations Officer of the NIS. I want to encourage you, just remember, I need to contribute. I think, what else? What's your tagline?
We have quite a few, but one that I want to leave is contribute today, benefit today, because the employment injury benefit, you're covered from the first day on the job. So let's suppose I've never worked before.
Okay.
I am registered with the NIS. Today's my first day of work. I start work, I got injured today. I've never contributed before. I'm still covered. So I wouldn't even say contribute today and benefit tomorrow. Contribute today, benefit today.
I think that's what that's what people need to know. You need to stay in the know. Contribute today, benefit today. You're just out of school, on the JOB.
Exactly. So of course the other benefits like sickness and so, you must have worked for a period of time, but the employment injury, you're covered from the first day on the job.
That sounds like a whole lot of information, but that is fine. It's information that is needed. 29 minutes gone past the hour of 11 o'clock. Reminding you that at the top of the hour, that's at 12 o'clock, would be the luncheon edition, a production of our News and Current Affairs Department. Encourage you to stay informed, keep yourself in the know. And if you're ever in doubt, feel free to give Lisa Douglas a call. She's there. The team is willing to support you. And it's such all the other varied options, the website, the portal, and all of these other opportunities. Keep informed. Contribute today. Benefit today. Thank you, Lisa. It's always a pleasure. And you're going to be back with me next month?
Oh, most certainly. Yeah. We're taking our public education to the next level. So that's why I'm saying you need us, just call us, we're there.
I hear that was me trying to set up a date, not realizing the thing already organized for me. Thanks a lot, Lisa. All the best to you. For our viewers, indeed, it's a pleasure being here with you, being with you on television. For those of you on radio, the conversation continues up until 12.